Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the podcast where at least one half of us are nostalgic for things from before they were even born. Are you nostalgic about anything from before your birth?
I don't know, being able to own a house on a single family income, generational wealth.
I'm thinking more like old TV shows, even things you may not have ever seen, just because they're in the pop culture shared memory hive mind of society.
I don't know, maybe?
Kate, have you ever seen?
Boys and girls at home and all my kids here in the gallery, let's go! It's Howdy, Doody time. It's Howdy, Doody time. Foxman and Howdy too. Say Howdy, Doody, oh. Let's give a rising cheer. 'Cause Howdy, Doody's here. It's time to start the show. So kids, let's go!
The Howdy Doody show?
No.
What do you know about it?
I know it's got the word duty in it.
Therefore, it's hilarious if you're under 5.
Or over 30, apparently. Being 30 years old in one day, I know these things.
Wow, Katie turned 30 yesterday, guys.
Only 90s kids will remember this. I know that it is about a puppet, and we know how I feel about puppets.
You famously love puppets, right?
Puppets give me nightmares, and I don't like them. I know it's about a sheriff.
Ooh.
Should we defund Howdy Doody?
Wow, what else? Wait, there's a sheriff involved?
Right, is he a sheriff? Is Howdy Doody the sheriff?
Great question. We're going to find out, Kate. This is,
I
said,
think
it's
there's
from
some
before
kind
our
of
birth.
police state element involved.
Interesting.
And I know that Ronald McDonald asked you to do this.
Right, so
that's why we have to do it.
I have opened up the email that we got from Jack Doebke, a.k.a.
I think it's Depke.
Jack Doebke, a.k.a. Ronald McDonald, that he sent me, because remember, Ronald McDonald emailed me, and I'm very excited about it.
It's literally the only thing he's talked about in 2020.
I literally can't get over it. But I had asked him, in addition to all of our questions, this episode that I'm referring to, where I shared some answers from Ronald McDonald, some insights from the actor who played Ronald McDonald. He isn't really Ronald McDonald, I know that, I'm aware. Is our Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald episode from a few months ago. It's from Halloween-ish time in 2020. Anyway, if 2020 wasn't just one big spooky Halloween of a year.
Yep.
But at the end of the interview questions I sent him, I said, hey, the premise of the podcast, we watch old stuff, and Katie
rip it apart.
Katie decides if it's good or not. So, what would you recommend? And he said, in my childhood, I enjoyed watching the Howdy Doody show, which I'm sure had some part in inspiring him to become Ronald McDonald. You ready for this, Kate?
I'm as ready as I can possibly be.
Let's learn about Howdy Doody. Robert Emil Schmidt was born in Buffalo, New York in 1917. This, by the way, is the oldest piece of media we have ever watched for Not-Stalgia. Just putting that out there. So, Robert Emil Schmidt, born in Buffalo, New York, 1917. He worked his way up in the Buffalo radio scene as a radio personality in the 1940s. By the mid to late 40s, he was so popular on the radio in Buffalo that NBC poached him to work at their radio station in Manhattan. Important to note that the main networks like NBC and all that, they were radio stations before before TV was invented. So their station is called WNBC. He invented the persona Buffalo Bob Smith, that was him on the radio, and a character named Howdy Doody, who he did the voice for. And it's a radio show, so there's no puppet involved yet. It's just a man doing 2 different voices.
Also spooky.
It was a big hit. Buffalo Bob is then asked to create a television version of his show in 1947, which he called The Howdy Doody Show, or simply Howdy Doody. Everybody kind of shortens it. It ran for 13 years, and it moved around, had different time slots. This is really weird. Sometimes it was 1 hour long, and it only aired once a weekend, this TV show. Other times, it was half an hour, and it was on for 5 days a week. Like, he was making tons of this at times, not that much of it at others. It kind of moved around and changed form, but it ran for 13 years.
Okay.
It seems to be, as far as I can tell, the first syndicated children's show of its kind, because it spread out from New York and kind of went national. The characters are Buffalo Bob himself, Clarabelle the Clown, which, again, probably had a hand in Ronald McDonald there, Howdy Doody, who's a puppet. There's other puppet characters. There's live commercial reads. Sometimes they play old movie clips, and I'm talking silent film clips, like really old clips. There's a live audience of children called the Peanut Gallery. Okay, so there's real kids on set.
This is a lot. not.
And this all takes place in the town of Doodyville. A puppeteer named Frank Paris was hired to make the Howdy Doody puppet. It was really ugly. I want you to look at this picture of the original Howdy Doody puppet. See what you think.
Oh my sweet lord.
Can you describe it?
It looks like if a character from the Goofy movie came to life, but his hair's made of yarn.
He's scary, right?
It's horrific.
He's scary. So those of you at home listening, when you think of Howdy Doody, you probably think of the freckled, redhead, kind of cute, still kind of ugly, but kind of cute doll. This is not that.
We're gonna post a picture of the original Howdy Doody.
It'll be up on our
website.
Instagram and stuff. Yeah, it's really scary. That's important to the
If
story.
you met this Howdy Doody puppet in an alley, you would punch it right in the face. Oh.
All right, so even with the ugly puppet, the show in 1947,
I have chills. It's horrific.
it took off. It was so big, Macy's, the department store, wants to make a Howdy Doody doll. But there's some friction between NBC, Buffalo Bob, and the puppeteer, Frank Paris, about who owned the rights to the design. Okay? And basically, Frank Paris realized it looked like he wasn't going to get any money, and they were going to sell, replicas of his doll that he created. So before they started making the replicas, he took the puppet and just disappeared.
Seems fair.
He just vanished, and he
I'm taking my puppet and I'm going home.
Allegedly, the legend has it that he did this on the day of a taping. So that day they were like, shoot, there's no Howdy Doody puppet here.
I guess we're gonna have to just have a Clarabelle the Clown heavy episode.
Basically. So, at first what they did, because they're panicked, because he also was the guy who made the puppets, they have no way to fix it at first. They started taping shows where they said that Howdy was on the road campaigning to be president. So they're like, oh, he's just out on the road. That's why he wasn't there. And then, when they finally got sick of that and they brought him back, when he returned, his face was covered in bandages. So they just, got a different puppet and put bandages on its face. And they were like, oh, Howdy Doody's getting plastic surgery to be a more handsome presidential candidate.
Ew.
And meanwhile, while that was
He's
happening...
bidening. Got some hair plugs. Got some veneers.
Maybe a little bit of a neck tuck.
A little neck tuck.
So...
Oh, Howdy Doody's getting his neck tucked.
Meanwhile, they hired a new puppeteer.
This is horrendous.
Isn't this crazy?
I hate this.
I thought this was a pretty interesting story. They hired a new puppeteer named Velma Wayne Dawson to build the new Howdy Doody. Okay?
Is Velma credited at all?
Yeah, I mean, I know her name here, so she must have been. I don't know if she was credited at the time.
I doubt it.
And she didn't design him, she just built him, but he was designed by a Disney animator named Mel Shaw and an MGM animator named Bob Allen. Okay? So basically, they did the whole plastic surgery thing so that they could get real good designers to make a much more attractive doll. All right, so...
Ain't nobody want to buy that toy version of that yarn-haired creep.
They were gonna, but then they couldn't make replicas because he stole it.
Yeah, because he's too creepy.
So finally, the new Howdy Doody that we all know and love. Do you love him?
I don't know, but I strongly doubt.
He was revealed. One day they took the bandages off and they're like, here he is, it's Howdy Doody. And he had the same voice the whole time because Buffalo Bob does the voice. So this show ran from 1947 to 1960. And it became in color in 1955. So it was black and white to start. Goes in color. It's on NBC, like I said. Okay, we don't know how many episodes there are because there weren't amazing record keeping at this time in television. They haven't all survived. All right, but we know there's a lot. We know there's at least 3,000 episodes of Howdy Doody.
I can't abide puppets and shoddy record keeping. This is not shaping up well.
All right, it was crazily successful. It was a merchandise machine with dolls of the new Howdy, lunchboxes, etc.
The marketing devil's here too.
Oh
All of our favorite things.
It had a tremendous legacy. In the 70s, there's an episode of Happy Days, because Happy Days took place in the 50s. It was like a nostalgic show already, where Richie Cunningham, he looks like how he wins a Howdy Doody look-alike contest. But that episode of Happy Days reinvigorated Howdy Doody's popularity, so they decided to bring it back, and they made the new Howdy Doody show, where it's the same show, basically, except Buffalo Bob's older, and Howdy Doody has, long 70s hair. It's really great.
I do like weird long 70s hair, though, let me tell you.
But, most of the cast came back, but it only lasted 6 months.
Bummer.
In 1976 to 1977. But they made 130 episodes in those 6 months. In 1988, Buffalo Bob got to come back and make a 2-hour special. It's Howdy Doody Time, a 40-year celebration. And the legacy is obvious in things like Pee-wee's Playhouse, obviously is a manic version of Howdy Doody, heavily inspired by it. Woody from Toy Story is based on Howdy Doody, he's a Western marionette TV character from the 50s. So why is this show good? It inspired Depke to become Ronald McDonald on some level. Obviously, I'm filling that blank in myself, but it seems to be the case. It was on for 13 years. Was that just because there wasn't much else to watch in the 50s for kids? I don't know.
I think we're looking at an era where people would just train their eyeballs on the TV and watch anything. Your dad's made me watch enough episodes of Circus Boy
Oh my God, Circus
to
Boy.
understand that people would
Truly,
watch anything.
not even something anyone remembers fondly. That's the I would rather watch Howdy Doody, I think. So for me, I love puppets. I don't love marionettes though, so I don't know. We'll see if it's good. We're gonna watch an episode that aired originally on April 1st, 1952.
Well, let's get in our time machine. All right, ladies and minorities, let's lose
no.
some rights.
No.
The Flub's opponent, who is a young boy from the world of television, Howdy Doody! Hooray! Oh, thank you, boys and girls of Wisconsin and Nebraska. I salute you. Boy, those are two great states, Wisconsin and Nebraska. Boy, oh boy, first of all, Wisconsin, I salute you for producing more cheese and milk than any other state in the country. And Nebraska, well, I salute you for producing more butter than any other state in the country. You know, kids, these are the things we need. Without butter, well, all the bread would be dry. And without milk, well, then all the milk bottles would be dry.
This march is just a little too manic for me. Screaming kids. Why are these children upside down?
What do you think of the theme song?
I don't think any of these kids actually know anything except it's Howdy Doody time, because they get real loud around it's Howdy Doody time, and then they don't know exactly what they're saying the rest of the time. These kids can't read. All these kids are like dressed in their Sunday best to go look at this puppet. So here's some marketing devil. The Kellogg's All-Star Breakfast Show, where they're just gonna list the different varieties of cornflakes they make.
Cornflakes, the leader is here with a bright new face, a colorful ear of corn.
Golden corn,
Rice Krispies with fruit on top. Sing a kind of cereal bop.
snap, crackle, and pop.
Pep shows what parents prize. Boys and girls with sparkling eyes.
Sugar corn pops, good and sweet. Bring cowboy stars you'll like to meet.
7 more, each a treat. Make the cast complete.
On the All-Star Breakfast Show.
Oh, so they're listing the different brands of cereal they have.
Cornflakes? Rice Krispies? Ooh, Pep.
Pep was actually made with cocaine, so they had to discontinue that one.
Ooh, sugar corn pops. Crumbles? What was Crumbles? Corn
Something
soya.
called corn soya. This is not good. They cannot keep these kids still, also. Look at them. They are just fidgeting all over the place.
You think Clarabelle the Clown is off screen with a cattle prod?
And Howdy Doody, like his arms are just constantly going. Like it just looks exhausting. None of these kids have a clue what's going on, I don't think.
So the campaign, who's he going against again?
The Flubadub.
The campaign against the Flubadub is just based on who does a better salute. You're lying if you say you're not enjoying Howdy Doody singing his song, Yay, Wisconsin.
This is 100% an example of people just watching literally anything. Is he down on one knee, or is the puppeteer just not doing its job?
That's the beauty of this. You'll never know.
They had to have Buffalo Bob to structure this, because he is just loudly clapping to be like, kids, clap along! Look, that one kid is really into the Flubadub. I'm concerned because you and Howdy Doody have the same style of dance.
Oh my God. I wish the real presidential debates made
Involved
the
a
candidates
song.
sing a song about a different state.
Look, that one kid literally, he's got no idea what's happening. He's just not even looking and he's clapping. None of these kids have any idea what they're doing. Look, they're like, wow, it's Clarabelle. Buffalo Bob's over here trying to keep it structured. All the kids are like, I saw a clown. Oh my God, I thought Clarabelle was a puppet.
Now, can you describe Clarabelle?
Clarabelle looks like the John Wayne Gacy pictures.
Oh no. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Clarabelle's a pretty scary clown.
Yeah, Clarabelle is a man in a clown costume.
I thought Clarabelle was a girl puppet, but no,
No.
it's just a grown man.
Yeah.
All right, so now they're trying to sell us a rocket hat. Why is he talking during the movie?
So they show silent movies. One, because there's like no rights. They could just show them. And two, so he could talk to the children just over it. It's bizarre.
Everything about this is bad.
Uh-oh, now there's Indians here.
This seems not good. Who? Davy Davis? So in this short film, we've got kids drinking liquor, we've got blackface, we've got problematic depictions of Native Americans, we've got a hairless dog. Like, this is not, none of this is good. There's animal abuse. Hooray, can't wait to hear about Colgate dental cream.
The children are going to want to eat it. He's talking about how delicious it tastes.
He's like, I'd only taste slightly of arsenic and silica. See, look, this kid is just trying to rip down the polka dots in the back. I think some kids were trying to sing along, but it didn't go well. All these kids are in the audience that are like, I see the machine, I see it. This is terrible. Look at that one kid just pulling his eyes down in the audience.
That guy's picking his nose.
They definitely tranquilize these kids.
Children cannot vote
they
in
also
a presidential
don't
election.
know how far away November is. Is Clarabelle a mute?
Yes.
That makes it even worse.
Nothing
somehow.
scary about a mute clown.
This is just a pie plate. Look at it.
Who are you going to vote for, Kate? Howdy Doody or the Flubadub?
I'm going to vote third party and vote please turn this off.
Those kids are voting twice.
I think I saw someone voting for a dead relative.
It's fraud. Complete chaos.
Yeah, it's just absolute chaos is reigning right now. The kids are flipping out. Oh my god.
This was rigged. We all knew Howdy Doody was going to win.
Uh-huh. Look at that kid.
She looks just unsettled. Because Clarabelle's like 2 feet from her.
I'm very unsettled by Clarabelle's presence.
The word Colgate cream just appeared on screen for no
Just
reason.
for 1 second.
And no one mentioned it.
Look, that kid's trying to get Buffalo Bob's attention and he is astutely ignoring him. He is like,
He's got to finish his pitch for Colgate dental cream.
Oh, good old Doc Whipple on the organ.
It's time to sing about Colgate Dental Cream, the toothpaste that tastes so wonderful. Okay, Buffalo Bob. Oh, brush your teeth with Colgate's. Colgate Dental Cream, it cleans your breath. What a toothpaste. What a cleans your teeth. Colgate toothpaste cleans your breath. What a toothpaste. And it tastes so good. Oh, and boy, Buffalo Bob, Colgate's has the best flavor I have ever tasted.
Well, you know what? I'm interested to hear what you thought about that, since you so love marionettes and puppets.
It was very interesting. I think if I saw that as a kid, and as a kid I was not opposed to old stuff. I really actually quite liked old stuff, even black and white stuff. But I think if I saw that, I'd be perplexed by some of the conversations Howdy Doody is having. Like, they weren't that interesting, I think, for an adult or a kid, especially a kid. Mm-hmm. The whole premise of this episode seems to be it's part of Howdy Doody's long-running, I'm sure this happened multiple times over the 13-year run, campaign for president. And, like, who cares? Kids don't care about the campaign for president,
They really
right?
don't.
And it was just, like, bizarre how he was running against a little, like, fuzzy monster. And they sang weird songs about Nebraska. And then...
I think maybe you have to, like, watch this, I guess, more serially, just because there's, like, the longer running...
The storyline. Even at the end of this, they're like, you know, oh, I want an answer by tomorrow. So that's the other part. The other main puppet sequence was, what was that character's name? Dilly Dally?
Yeah.
Dilly Dally was blackmailing Howdy Doody to name him his vice president on the ticket. But again, like, who cares? It's like weird political intrigue through these little funny marionettes. That was bizarre. What I really enjoyed were the commercials. I thought the commercials were dynamite.
They were quite a lot.
And they took up, I would say, almost half the show.
Yeah.
You know, maybe maybe 1/3. Because basically you had 2 puppet segments, 2 commercials, and the silent film right in the middle that did not age well at all.
No, this is something that I will never watch again, except in my nightmares.
Clarabelle, terrifying looking. Really does look like John Wayne Gacy in his clown makeup.
It's not good.
So, you know, definitely worth watching. This is like foundational children's television. You don't
Unless you have, like, literally anything else to do, because you could just go do that instead.
You're going to want to watch this from a historical perspective, not an entertainment perspective. And, you know, again, if you like children's television, if you like Pee-wee's Playhouse, I would recommend watching this just to see where some of the, you know, the groundwork was laid. If you like Toy Story, it might be worth checking out. But, oh well, I'm glad we watched it. I'm glad Mr. Depke recommended it. Thank you.
If you like the show, you can go and leave us a rating or review wherever you get your podcasts. You can go to our website, www.notstalgia.org. You can go to any of our social media. It's various permutations of Not-Stalgia. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, MySpace. Are we on MySpace?
Technically, I don't
Really? We're on MySpace?
I don't ever log in. If you've sent us a message there and I didn't get back to you, it's because I set it up as a joke and never logged in.
And you're not in our top 8. That's why.
Wow.
I just learned what the top 8 was, so.
You're a few years behind.
I'm using my vocab.
Understanding MySpace, but that's okay.
I'm using my new vocabulary. If you want to tell us what to watch next, you can go ahead and leave us a voice message on the Anchor app. That's my favorite way, but you can also direct message us on any of our social media, or you can send us an email, Not-Stalgia@AOL.com. This podcast was brought to you by Colgate Dental Cream.
Colgate Dental Cream.
It'll only make your teeth fall out 30 years later.
Don't swallow it, even if it is delicious.
And at that point, it will only be correlation, not causation.
Put some on your corn pep.